Good morning, everybody. કેમ છો બધા મજામાં? Last time we were discussing about nucleus, and I think we have reached the shape of chromosome. Okay, and we have reached the size of chromosome. So let us start with the topic straightly. Size of chromosome, size of nucleus for chromosome. Size of nucleus. Generally, it is variable. Size is variable. It depends upon metabolic activeness of cell. Okay. In dividing cell, it is bigger in size. And smaller in metabolically less active cells. Generally, the size of nucleus ranges from 5 to 30 micrometer. Okay, that is the average size of nucleus. Size ranges from 5 to 30 micrometer. Then chemical composition of nucleus. In chemical composition, protein makes nearly 80% of the part of nucleus, while DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, nearly 12%, RNA 5%, lipids 3%. It also contains polymerase enzymes needed for DNA and RNA synthesis. Okay. And when you, now let us go for the ultrastructure of nucleus. Ultra structure. Let us do a diagram. See, this will be the nuclear membrane. Okay. Now, some part of the nuclear membrane will be in continuation with endoplasmic reticulum, right? In this way. Okay. It will look like this. Now this is outer nuclear membrane. It is known as ectokaryotheca. Theca is the name of membrane or name for the membrane, and inside membrane is inner nuclear membrane, is known as endokaryotheca. Okay, this is cistern. The outer membrane will be studded by ribosomes like this. Because this also contains ribophorins. Okay, so ribosomes can attach to that like this. Okay, now inside the nucleus, when you see, there will be first of all this kind of structure that is known as nucleolus or smaller nucleus. Okay, we will discuss in detail about nucleolus. Now, around the nucleus or this nucleolus, there will be chromatin fibers and proteins attached like this. Okay, it will look like this. Now, this is euchromatin. Okay, while the outer part is heterochromatin. Now space between the two nuclear membrane is outer and inner is known as perinucleolar space. And this space is filled with fluid, cytoplasm. Okay. Now what is euchromatin and what is heterochromatin? First of all, chromatin means DNA plus proteins. Okay. Now euchromatin is lightly stained chromatin. While heterochromatin is darkly stained chromatin. Okay, this euchromatin is transcriptionally active chromatin. That is, transcription of RNA is occurring over here. What is transcription? Transcription is the process by which DNA transcribes mRNA, tRNA and rRNA. Okay, this process is known as transcription. Ready? It is transcriptionally active. Now space between these two, that is this space or this space, it is nuclear pore. And it can be 1000 to 10,000 depending upon the size of nucleus. The shape of this nuclear pore is octagonal. Remember this thing. It is octagonal. Ready? So this is ultrastructure of nucleus, in which you will find ectokaryotheca, endokaryotheca, nucleolus, euchromatin, heterochromatin, perinucleolar space, nuclear pore, and along with that, fluid inside it is nucleoplasm. So there will be 8 labeling over here. Nuclear membrane and nuclear pore. Nuclear membranes and nuclear pores controls cytoplasmic and karyoplasmic, that is inside the nucleus and inside the cellular part. Traffic. Nuclear pore serves as a passage for ribosomal subunits, RNA and protein. Nuclear pore serves as a passage for transport of RNA, proteins and ribosomal subunits, because these things will be produced inside the nucleus, and if it has to pass outside this inside the cell, outside the nucleus, then it has to pass through the nuclear pore. Ready? Now all of you first of all take the screenshot of this fast. Explain first point in nuclear membrane and nuclear pore. Okay. It controls cytoplasmic and karyoplasmic traffic. That is, the components which are there in cytoplasm, if it has to go inside the nucleus, it has to pass through the nuclear pore. And contents of nucleus, if it has to go to cytoplasm, it has to pass through the nuclear pore. Okay. So we say that it controls the cytoplasmic and karyoplasmic traffic. Ready? Subha, you know beta? અરે થેન્ક યુ થોડું કહેવાનું હોય, ભલા નો સમજાય બે વાર પૂછવાનું, એક વાર નહીં. મારો હક છે એ. આ બધા આનો સ્ક્રીનશોટ લઈ લો હાલો બધા ફટાફટ. આ ટોપિક મોટો છે, આજ પૂરો નહીં થાય. અચ્છા, વોટ ઇઝ ધ મિનિંગ ઓફ ટ્રાન્સક્રિપ્શનલી એક્ટિવ ક્રોમેટિન? અચ્છા, જેમાંથી ડીએનએ માંથી આરએનએ બનવાનું પ્રોસેસ ચાલુ હોય ને એને ટ્રાન્સક્રિપ્શન કહેવાય, અને જ્યાં ટ્રાન્સક્રિપ્શન વધુ થતું હોય ઇટ ઇઝ નોન એઝ ટ્રાન્સક્રિપ્શનલી એક્ટિવ ક્રોમેટિન. યુ ક્રોમેટિન છે એ ટ્રાન્સક્રિપ્શનલી એક્ટિવ ક્રોમેટિન છે, બરોબર? જ્યારે હિટ્રોક્રોમેટિન છે ઇટ ઇઝ ટ્રાન્સક્રિપ્શનલી ઇનએક્ટિવ ક્રોમેટિન. What is karyoplasmic? અરે karyoplasm એટલે the fluid inside the nucleus is known as karyoplasm. બરોબર? ન્યુક્લિયોપ્લાઝમ નું બીજું નામ કેરિયોપ્લાઝમ. ન્યુક્લિયસ ને આપણે કેરિયોન કહીએ ને. Ready? Okay, let us move further. Now let us discuss about nucleolus. The term nucleolus is given by Baumann. Is given by Baumann. And ultrastructure of nucleolus is given by Wagner. Wagner. वेगनार नहीं हो भाई, वैगनर. Nucleolus is absent in human RBC, muscle fibers, these muscle cells. But cells are elongated, so we say it is a muscle fiber. Then yeast cells, sperm cells also do not have nucleolus, along with our very known prokaryotic cells. Ready? They do not have nucleolus. Now, number of nucleolus, generally two. Two in diploid cell, normal diploid cell it is 2. But in human, the number of nucleolus is 5. In oocyte, that is egg cell of Xenophus. What is Xenophus? You find out. The number of nucleolus can be 1000. Now, regions of nucleolus. First is chromatin. That is, it will have DNA plus proteins. Then second is pars fibrosa. DNA or RNA or protein fiber containing part. Fiber containing part. Fibrils containing part. Then granulosa. C is pars granulosa. It appears granular. It appears granular because of presence of nucleoproteins. And finally, pars amorpha. Now, this pars amorpha is the largest part of nucleolus. largest part. Now, it is site of ribosomal RNA synthesis, that is rRNA, ribosomal RNA synthesis, that is rRNA synthesis over here. This is the part of nucleolus where rRNA is getting synthesized, and it is site of biogenesis of subunits of ribosomes. We have discussed many subunits of ribosomes, right? 30S and 50S and 23S and 28S and 5S and 5.5S. Various kinds of subunits are there of ribosomes which combine to form the main 70 or 80S or 55S type of ribosomes. Okay. Now when you see the chemical composition of nucleolus, it contains mainly RNA, or we can say it is storehouse of RNA, especially rRNA of RNA. Along with RNA, it stores non-histone proteins, acidic proteins. Functions of nucleolus already આવી ગયું છે, but then also it is site of biogenesis of rRNA and storage of rRNA. It is site of biogenesis of rRNA and stores rRNA. It is ribosomal RNA. It plays important role at the time of cell division in spindle formation. Plays important role in spindle fiber formation at the time of cell division. Spindle fibers are generally formed of microtubules, and that is the part of centriole from where it comes. And it is site of biogenesis of subunits of ribosomes. Already written one time. Nucleolus origins from, when we talk of origin, આપણે પહેલા વાત કરવાની. Origin from nucleolar organizer region of specific chromosome. હમણાં આપણે ડિસ્કસ કરીએ છીએ. Then comes the fluid inside the nucleus, and that is the nucleoplasm. it contains monomer of DNA and RNA. Now see, monomer of DNA is deoxyribonucleotides, and monomers of RNA will be ribonucleotides, and both this will be in triphosphate form. Okay, now understand this thing. Now nucleotide is generally, suppose when we will discuss the structure of DNA in our upcoming lesson, we will discuss in detail. Yes, Xenophus is an amphibian animal. Okay, now see, there are nitrogen bases. Okay, it is adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, and uracil. These are nitrogen bases. Then there are pentose sugar. It is 5 carbon containing. Okay, they are ribose in the case of RNA and deoxyribose in the case of DNA. Along with that, there will be phosphate. Okay, so when this is the structure of ribose or deoxyribose, then the nitrogen base will be attached over here. Okay, and phosphate over here. So this is sugar plus nitrogen base. Okay, sugar plus nitrogen base. What will be the kind of attachment, what kind of bonds will be there, that will be discussed in detail and in deep in 9th chapter. Okay, બહુ મજા આવશે બાયોકેમિસ્ટ્રીમાં પહેલા. Now this is a sugar nitrogen base, both these combine together to form a nucleotide, and nucleoside, and when this nucleoside combines with a phosphate, it is known as nucleotide. Now it contains only single phosphate, so it is mononucleotide, or we say that if it is adenine, then it is adenosine monophosphate. If it is guanine, it is guanosine monophosphate. If it is cytosine, it is cytosine monophosphate. If it is thymine, it is thymosine monophosphate. If it is uracil, it is uridine monophosphate. Okay, so it is you say that AMP, GMP, CMP, TMP, and UMP. Okay, but first of all, they are synthesized in this manner, but later on they are converted into triphosphate, that is with 3 phosphate, you see. Okay, so it is the triphosphate form. One triphosphate form we already know, and that is ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is our energy currency, right? Then guanosine triphosphate, cytosine triphosphate, thymine triphosphate, and uridine triphosphate. Okay, so these are the form of deoxyribonucleotide or ribonucleotide. Okay, now in DNA, when you look at the DNA, you see that DNA contains DNA no U, while RNA no T. Okay, that is DNA does not contain uracil, while RNA does not contain thymine. DNA no U and RNA no T, like that. Along with monomers of DNA and RNA, there will be histone proteins, histones and some non-histone proteins. Okay, then there will be minerals like phosphorus, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium. Okay, so this is about nucleolus and nucleoplasm. All of you take the screenshot of this first of all. Fast, fast, fast. Ribosomal RNA synthesis takes place in pars amorpha. So લખ્યું જ છે. It is the site of ribosomal RNA synthesis. Clear cut mention કરેલું છે બેટા. સુબા. Okay, now let us move further. શું એક્સપ્લેન કરું પરાગ પાછું બોલ બોલ. તો આ રિજિયન્સ છે ને તો આ બધા ન્યુક્લિયોલસ ના રિજિયન છે સમજાય છે. એની અંદર પહેલું રિજિયન છે એ ક્રોમેટિન વાળું હોય જેમાં ડીએનએ અને પ્રોટીન આવેલા હોય. પછી ફાઇબ્રોસા છે પાર્સ ફાઇબ્રોસા બરોબર. તો ઇટ ઇઝ ફાઇબર કન્ટેનિંગ પાર્ટ. ફાઇબર્સ ક્યાં હોય તો કે ડીએનએ આરએનએ ના ફાઇબર્સ હોય બરોબર. જે ગ્રેન્યુલોસા છે તો કે એની અંદર આ પ્રોટીન અને ડીએનએ આરએનએ છે એ મિક્સ થયા હોય એટલે એ ગ્રેન્યુલર એપિરિયન્સ છે આવતું હોય બરોબર. એમોર્ફસ છે એ સૌથી સેન્ટ્રલી લોકેટેડ પાર્ટ હોય ન્યુક્લિયસનો એ લાર્જેસ્ટ પાર્ટ હોય and it is the site of ribosomal or rRNA synthesis and it is also the site of biogenesis for subunits of ribosome. Ready? Okay. Screenshot લઈ લીધો ને બધાએ. So let us go to the chromosome. It is the final part of the nucleus. Now chromosomes are not always present, or we can say there is no permanent structure like chromosome in a cell. Chromosome is the shape acquired by chromatin at the time of cell division. Okay, chromosome is the shape acquired by chromatin at the time of cell division. You will not find chromosomes in the cell when you look. Chromosomes are only clear, the structure of chromosome is only clear at the time of cell division and especially during metaphase. Okay, so all the chromosomes you study, there is always a metaphase chromosome. Because in metaphase, it is the genetic material or chromatin which is highly condensed form. Now, chromosomes. Okay, they are visible only at the time of cell division. During metaphase. During metaphase in M. બરોબર સેલ સાયકલ હોય ને તો આ સેલ સાયકલ છે એની અંદર આપણે એમ કહીએ કે ભાઈ ફર્સ્ટ ફેઝ કયો હતો કે G1 સેલનો ગ્રોથ થાય બરોબર પછી S ફેઝ એમાં ડીએનએ રેપ્લિકેશન થાય પછી G2 એમાં વળી પાછો સેલનો ગ્રોથ થાય અને M ફેઝ આવે ત્યારે સેલ ડિવિઝન ચાલુ થાય બરોબર જેમાં પ્રોફેઝ મેટાફેઝ એનાફેઝ એન્ડ ટીલોફેઝ આ ચાર ફેઝ આવે એમાં જે મેટાફેઝ છે એની અંદર ક્રોમોઝોમ્સ છે એ સૌથી વધારે ક્લિયર જોવા મળે and finally cytokinesis બરોબર that is division of cytoplasm okay હવે ડીએનએ છે ને it is like a thread okay it is like a thread થ્રેડ ને કોક ઉપર વીટવો પડે તો એનો એક શેપ આવે this is DNA okay this will be our double stranded DNA. Now this DNA has to be wrapped around something to give the proper shape. Just a minute. I'm just filling the ink so that we can have a better diagram. So, my dear, this is DNA. Okay. Now, this DNA is wrapped around the protein which is known as histone. Histone છે ને એના 8 સબયુનિટ્સ હોય ભેગા થયેલા હોય ગોળ દડા જેવા બરોબર બેઝિક પ્રોટીન છે હિસ્ટોન છે એટલે આવી રીતે આ હિસ્ટોન પ્રોટીન હોય these are histone proteins these are basic proteins but DNA છે એ એસિડિક હોય શું કામ એસિડિક હોય because DNA contains phosphate બરોબર એટલે DNA છે એ નેગેટિવલી ચાર્જડ હોય હિસ્ટોન્સ છે એ પોઝિટિવલી ચાર્જડ હોય એટલે નેગેટિવ અને પોઝિટિવ છે એકબીજાને એટ્રેક્ટ કરે બરોબર now DNA will wrap around this in this manner okay and this structure is referred to as nucleosome. This structure is known as nucleosome. Or this structure is also known as beads on string structure. એ મોતીની માળા હોય ને એવું લાગે ભાઈ એટલે એને beads on string structure કહેવાય. ભાઈ હમણાં તમે પૂછશો કે beads on string structure એટલે શું? બરોબર મોતીની માળા જેવું. Then this again condense to form this structure. This is one nucleosome, mind well. આવા 8 ન્યુક્લિયોઝોમ છે. કેટલા? 8. Like this. And this structure will be known as solenoid. અને સોલેનોઇડ કહેવાય. Okay, this structure will be known as solenoid. Then, after solenoid, this solenoid will again condense to form this structure. Like this. Okay, this is known as chromonema. Chromonema. And this chromonema will again condense more condensation. તો અત્યાર લગી છે ને ખાલી આપણે હિસ્ટોન પ્રોટીન ની જ વાત હતી. ઓનલી હિસ્ટોન પ્રોટીન વોઝ ઇન પિક્ચર. Now for further condensation of chromonema we need non-histone chromosomal complex proteins. Non-histone chromosomal complex proteins. And these are acidic in nature. યાદ રાખજો, આ બધા acidic proteins. આપણે વાત કરતા ને acidic protein છે, બરોબર. Finally, this structure will be there. Okay, and this is referred to as chromatid. And when and after S phase in cell division, જ્યારે DNA replication થઈ જાય, બરોબર, ત્યારે these two chromatids will combine. Identical chromatids હોય, એક જ સરખા chromatids combine થાય. And then it will give rise to this structure, and that is our chromosome. You can see this structure. So this is chromosome. તો વિચાર કરો કે આ ડીએનએ માંથી ક્રોમોઝોમ લગી પહોંચવા માટે કેટલી પ્રોસેસ કરવી પડે. Now, let us study the structure of chromosome. Chromosome is made up of two chromatids. You can see. Okay, these are chromatids. which is held by a centromere, that is a primary constriction. A chromosome will look like this. Okay, there will be primary constriction, and this primary constriction is known as centromere. It will be known as centromere. In some chromosomes, there will be secondary constriction also. Along with primary constriction, there will be a secondary constriction also. This is primary constriction and this is secondary constriction. Now, this secondary constriction is the part from where the nucleolus will arise. Okay, the secondary constriction is referred to as satellite. And the satellite containing chromosome, satellite containing chromosome is known as set chromosome. Set chromosome kehvaye. And it is what? It is actually nucleolar organizer region. Okay, it is nucleolar organizer region. Okay. Now there will be some leftover parts. છેલ્લે એક part હોય chromosome માં. This part is known as telomere. બરોબર, extended part of chromosome. Extended part of chromosome. All of you take the screenshot of this first. આનો screenshot લઈ લ્યો બધાય. આજે આ ત્રીજો સ્ક્રીનશોટ છે તમારો એક જ લેક્ચરનો. હલો ફટાફટ સ્ક્રીનશોટ લ્યો બધા. Finally, types of chromosome based on centromere. Types of chromosome based on position of centromere. Okay, the first chromosome in which centromere is in the middle part and the two arms are of equal length. Two are of equal length. Okay, this is known as metacentric chromosome. This is one chromatid, this is other chromatid, and a centromere. Now this part, only this much part, will be known as dynein arm. Is known as dynein arm. સેકન્ડરી કન્સ્ટ્રક્શન હોય ને ત્યાં જ સેટેલાઇટ પાર્ટ હોય, બરોબર, એ જ સેટેલાઇટ પાર્ટ. રેડી? અને જે સેટેલાઇટ કન્ટેનિંગ ક્રોમોઝોમ હોય એને સેટ ક્રોમોઝોમ કહેવાય. અને એવા જ ક્રોમોઝોમ એટલે સેટેલાઇટ વાળો પાર્ટ છે ત્યાંથી જ ન્યુક્લિયોલસ છે એ અરાઇઝ થતું હોય. તો સેટેલાઇટ is also known as nucleolar organizer region, બરોબર, because nucleolus originates from that. Second kind of chromosome is of this kind. The upper arm is somewhat smaller, lower arm are longer. It is submetacentric. Third one is of this kind. Centromere હજી થોડું વધારે ઉપર, ઉપરનો પાર્ટ છે એકદમ નાનો. Now see over here, this is the secondary constriction, right? આ secondary constriction થયું અને આ satellite થયું. So this will be satellite chromosome or set chromosome. Okay, and this will be nucleolar organizer region. And this is secondary constriction. This is primary constriction. Okay, and finally telocentric. No upper arm, only lower arm. Okay, so these are four kinds of chromosomes. Third kind of chromosome is acrocentric. આને કહેવાય છે acrocentric chromosome, while this is telocentric chromosome. રેડી? પછી એક ઇન્સેક્ટ ની અંદર એક લાર્વા પ્રોડ્યુસ થાય છે, which is known as Chironomus larva. આ Chironomus larva ના salivary gland cells જે હોય ને, glands of salivary gland, it contains a chromosome known as polytene chromosome or lamp brush chromosome. નામ છે lamp brush. લેમ્પ બ્રશ એટલે ખબર છે, આપણે બોટલ સાફ કરવા માટેનું રૂસડું કેવું હોય એવું, આવું. ઓકે, in lamp brush chromosome somewhere you find the dark puffed area. આવી રીતે અમુક એરિયા જોવા મળે તે વધારે ડાર્ક હોય, and this part is known as rings of Balbini. Rings of Balbini, બરોબર ને? અહીંયા બીજું કઈ નથી પણ આરએનએ સિન્થેસિસ છે ચાલુ. It is site of RNA synthesis. Ready? It is site of RNA synthesis. स्क्रीनशॉट ले ले जो बेटा.